everybody. Welcome to the Just Talkin podcast. If you could please give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, that would be great. If you have any questions for us, please reach out to us at justtalkinquestions@gmail.com. Thanks. Bye.
Two girls who look alike, both chatting in a mic. It's just talking, That's the same with no platform. Pressure by societal norm. It's just talking, So grab a drink and cheers to you for listening the whole way through. Like you promised. It's just talking,
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Just Talking.
The podcast.
With your hosts, Kelly Ryan.
And Allie Ryan.
And our producer,
Bruce
Gray. Come on, everybody. Bruce Gray. Give it up.
That felt good.
When was the last time you let out a good clap?
Sometimes you just gotta clap.
That's what they don't tell you.
They really don't. Every night, wow.
Hey,
it really does feel good.
It really does.
It really does.
You know, how are you coming in this week, man? How you feeling today?
How am I feeling?
Yeah.
Well, I think somebody else has something else to say about how they're feeling.
I know.
That's what I'm...
Soup. No.
You guys aren't going to believe this, but our dog is misbehaving.
I have a question for you, Kelly. Do you naturally sit on your legs?
Sit on my legs?
Yes.
No, I sit flat and then I cross my legs like a gay man.
Oh. I
don't know if that was
what
offensive.
I'm doing right now. I always, like, when I sit down in a chair, I most likely sit on my knees, like on my, I don't know why.
You're wrong for that, I think. I think that's mostly inappropriate. I think because if you're in a corporate setting, do you sit like that?
No. But like if I just sit down, I normally sit like this.
Truly, that sounds like to me that you don't know how to sit. If every time you sit down, you sit on your knees.
But then after always like 10 minutes, I'm like, everything's falling asleep. So I don't know why
you do that? I don't know why
hold
either. Are you all right?
Yeah. Sorry.
Jeez.
I just was wondering if you did it too, but I guess you don't.
Nope.
Sorry.
Sorry.
There's 0.1% of our DNA that's different, and I guess that's part of it.
So that's how we're starting the episode. How do you sit?
Yeah, I'm drinking a Samuel Adams Cold Snap White Ale. I think this is like what beer is supposed to be. But I personally I don't subscribe.
We used to drink some heavier beers in college. We'd have like an amber, if you will, or that was beer. We would try a decent amount. But I think as you get older, you're kind of like, I'm tired of trying different things. Just give me what I know.
Yeah. I mean, Bruce is looking up this how different people say. So I guess that's it right there. The kneeling one.
The kneeling one is a way people sit?
No, I don't sit like that. It's not. It's like a slanted kneel. It's the one that was up a little bit, Bruce.
Slanted kneel sounds like a children's book about a guy that has lopsided legs.
It's like in the middle of the group that's on there. It's down a little more. That one. The side saddle.
Side saddle? If that doesn't sound like the way a host sits, I don't know what does.
Side saddle indicates it's sitting with your knees to the side often indicates that you're delicate, caring, with a natural sweetness. This position can also mean you're feeling a little flirtatious.
Whoa!
Hello.
You know what it is? Because that looks like the way that a 50s housewife would sit on the couch if they're trying to get the deed done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see, that looks like as though she's sitting on the floor like, what's up? Whereas I like get in a chair and I sit as though I'm like perched.
Oh, you sit like a little bird.
Yeah.
Little bird. You know,
It's fucking weird.
you know what's crazy is I want to talk about this housewife thing today. I actually want to talk about a lot today because I got riled up. Got a little riled up. Okay. So, first of all, I'm in Fred Meyer yesterday. You know,
For those who don't know what a Fred Meyer is, although I think we've brought it up many times thus far,
It's like a
essentially-
Kroger.
It's like a Kroger, but it does have like
clothing,
a clothing
and
section, the whole nine yards.
automobile area.
It's also where most of Kelly's social life takes place.
Right.
That is true. Considering I work from home, unfortunately most of my stories come from Fred Meyer. Most of my day-to-day interactions, but I only get to really go once a week.
And otherwise, she comes into my work, and that's also
That is true. I did run to Allie's work today. I ran to Allie's work today to tell her something. Even though I could have texted her, I was like, it's all right. I'll just run there. And so I run there, I tell her, and then I had to leave because...
But
you know.
it's weird because since I'm like the store manager, like Kelly comes in and like I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I am working.
Well, what's funny is when I got in there today, one of your coworkers was like, "Are you here to see Allie?" And I said, "Kind of."
Who was it? I mean, you don't have
it
to
doesn't
say it on
matter.
here.
But they were like, "Are you here to see Allie?" And I was like, "I mean, kind of." But then I was also kind of here to see you guys too. You know, don't really know anybody. I know you guys based on stories Allie's told me, so I feel like
All good stories, totally appropriate, nothing confidential.
ipso facto, I believe that they are also my friends.
Yeah, but they don't.
They don't know that yet, but they will the more that I come in there and say hello, you know? So anyways, I'm in Fred Meyer, right? And
Yes.
I'm looking at get some socks, get some new socks. It's a good day. I'm looking at some dresses. I don't know what the style is right now with dresses, but all of them look housewifey. All of them are like below the knee.
Yeah.
It's like no one knows how to hoe it up anymore because all they're going to is like farmers
Kelly.
markets.
But you can't expect to find hoe it up dresses at Fred Meyer.
It's the only place open.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Everywhere's open.
Yeah, but it's the only place that's like right there. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
the only place where you can also get groceries. And you're probably not going to find hoe clothes
That's what I'm
directly
saying.
next to the meat.
I'm just saying that
I'm not trying
maybe
to-
People are
Dampen
getting their
anybody.
toothpaste, Kelly. They're getting their the things that sustain life.
all I'm saying is that I'm hoping that the trend that isn't coming this spring is church themed because
Oh God! Well, let me
I-
tell you, when they started doing like everybody was wearing pastels all the fucking time, I was like, Jesus.
I don't like a
Christ.
pastel. I don't like a
No,
pastel. I like
washes me out.
Yeah. No good. No good. Also,
We're very pale.
Also, I gotta say something. I feel like every time spring comes, they do this whole huge pastel floral wardrobe thing, and I'm like, you
Yeah.
must have so much clothes left after this
Mm-hmm.
because some of those I have to tell you, some of the stuff they have in Fred Meyer right now. I know you're not gonna believe this as a place that also sells toothpaste, but it's some of the ugliest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I was in there the other day, and I looked at something in their clothing section, and I didn't realize that it's not as though everything that they sell is like cheap. Like the shirt that I looked at was like $39.
Oh no, you got to go to the clearance
and I was
section.
like, $39 to say I got it at Fred Meyer? I'm okay.
I was about to get underwear at Fred Meyer yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
5-pack, men's, Hanes, tagless, exposed waistband underwear on Amazon. $16 for the 5-pack. Fred Meyer, $40.
Can I say this? Why do maybe it's our dryer or something? I feel like as a team here, we have a largely amount of underwear that has holes in it, that has gotten holes in it, and I don't know how it's happened.
Kelly.
Yeah, how does that happen? I have brand new underwear with holes in it.
I don't
really.
Yes.
Is it the dog?
I don't think it's soup. I don't think it's the dog. I think it's. I really don't know.
I really don't know. Maybe it's like not a durable
material.
Because
And if
underwear
case, you
underwear
shouldn't be paying
honestly
$40.
well, but in underwear probably is a little bit more.
Wait, I had to tell you this. I got a pair of underwear from Target
Yeah.
not too long ago, and I thought I got the medium. Okay, and I actually got the extra small. Now, not something that I could squeeze into. Okay. Bruce, please do not. Bruce just pulled up something disgusting.
I didn't
on
pull
the
that up.
screen.
I googled why do I have clothes in my underwear, and the first thing it's
Why
saying
do I have clothes
is about
in my
is
underwear?
why I have holes in my underwear and the first thing somebody's talking about is the acids that leak out of their vagina, and that's not something I want to freaking hear.
The
I also-
internet is not safe. The
No, it's
internet is
not.
not safe.
My
But
underwear does not have holes in them.
anyways, so I put on this
Probably
pair.
Kelly's
I put on
acid.
this pair anyway because I'm like, how much bigger am I than an extra small? Really, it turns out multiple sizes.
Turns out I'm a medium.
I'm telling you, because it was like a fabric where it was like lacy or whatever. This thing tore all at once in multiple spots.
Oh, I bet.
It was, but the thing is, you want to know something? Still wear them. Don't care. Who cares?
I can't stand when you're in a dressing room and you try something on and you're trying to get it off. And honestly, there's a certain level of like you try and get it off, you can't get it off. You're like because and then you reach this certain level where now it's a survival thing of I need to get this off.
Yes.
I need to get this off. I am trapped in
Yeah.
this. and
want-
if I rip it, I rip it. And
Yeah.
I'll put it back and
Yeah.
act as though I didn't rip it. I've
Yeah.
ripped things. I've heard the tear. I've seen the deodorant stains that I've left on things. I've seen it, and guess what? I put it back. I don't tell
Oh,
anybody.
yeah. No, if
I
you-
don't.
if you get a stain on something, it's going back on the rack.
It's
sorry.
going back on the right. I'm not paying for it. I don't
No.
know what that means.
No. Also, but I have to tell you this. I of course miss shopping because I love shopping. I do.
I do-
It's
yeah,
one
me
of those
too.
girl things that I'm like, this is great.
I love to
like
shop.
to touch everything in the store. I don't care.
Yes.
But I do not miss disgusting fitting rooms at all.
No.
At all.
No.
I used to. This was a problem when
But
we
now
were.
I miss a fitting room.
Sure. When we were growing up, I refused to take off my socks in the fitting room because I was worried about germs. And this became very, very difficult when you're putting on certain articles of clothing.
I still don't go like I won't be barefoot in a
Yeah,
dressing
I'll
room.
take my socks off, but
Why-
I'll step on
why-
top of my shoes.
Yep, me too.
In order to not put my feet
too.
on that ground.
Why would you need to take your socks off?
Because girls' clothing is exceptionally tight. And if you're pulling pants like over the legs or taking pants off, it's very difficult. Yeah. But also,
I didn't know that.
the other thing
also
is
you
this.
try to get the full look.
Worst dressing room. What do you think it is? Worst fitting room. Because a lot of people are under the misconception that it's Forever 21 and it's not.
No, absolutely not.
Forever
21
21
is pretty clean.
Also, those girls in those fitting room, because they have like 40 fitting rooms, they work their
Macy's.
asses off. Macy's, you think? I'm gonna go with
Looks
Kohl's.
Dismal.
Kohl's.
and
Kohl's.
anything that's like department-y that's not high like
Yeah, they're not like
That's not like
watching
Lord and
people
Taylor.
really go in
yeah,
and
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. That's where you get things get a little bit weird.
Yeah, I have to tell
Truly.
you, even Marshall's does a good job at cleaning their
Yeah.
fitting rooms.
But Kohl's is
Kohl's, sometimes you go too far into Kohl's and you're like, what happened in here? Like you get to the area, there's this one Kohl's in Connecticut where you have to go downstairs to go to the lingerie department.
Yeah.
And you're down there and you're like, I don't know if I'm ever going to come out of here.
it's always dim.
It's dimly lit. And it's a shame because what they should really be, what they
We
really
spend
got
a
to
lot
stop
of
doing is
time.
getting people like J-Lo doing their clothes
Yeah,
and shit.
it's like Kelly and I have spent a lot of time in Kohl's. To be honest, probably
mom's got
more
Kohl's
than
cash.
the average
Fucking jealous?
person. And the thing about Kohl's is that I never understood. It's not that good of a deal
Unless you have a ridiculous amount of Kohl's
unless
cash.
you have a ridiculous
Well,
amount
they
of
give that
cash.
Kohl's cash away like nothing.
Yeah.
I know, exactly. But if you go in there without
You
any
don't got no
coupon,
Kohl's
nothing,
cash?
you're screwed. Because
Yeah, it's
their
pretty
stuff,
expensive.
I don't know. Why am I paying so much for a Lauren Conrad shirt?
They're very.
They're
how do you
celebrities.
describe
I
it?
can only describe them as D-list.
It's strange.
You know what's interesting is that a lot of these places will either make somebody super hot or like now where they're trying to do whatever, they're like they're like super busted or super fat. Where there's like there's nobody right in the middle. You know, there's no normal people
Yeah.
on the thing.
Yes.
It's either a super hot chick or like a chick in a wheelchair.
It's true.
Ooh.
They always try to do that too, and it's like, why would I want to see the way this shirt fits on somebody in a wheelchair? I can't really see.
I can't really see it.
No, it's all bunched up. Don't like that.
I'm not saying. Look, you know what? We've got on this topic before, I'm sure.
The modeling thing?
Yeah, there's a model in my head is something you aspire to look like. But maybe that's a supermodel
What
versus a model.
What I think of a model as is you look at it and you say, okay, this is what the average person looks like wearing this blank. This is what the cloth is supposed to look like on the body.
Well,
That's
yeah.
what it's supposed to look like. And so when you say, and I get being inclusive about stuff, but
Sure.
also at the same time, if that's the goal and it doesn't, and the person modeling it doesn't wear it in a way that actually models the clothing how it's supposed to be worn, then it's like, well, then that's just not the job.
There's also a difference in being a like catalog model and being a supermodel.
Right.
I
If you're a
think they're
supermodel, I'm sorry, you're supposed to be hot.
You're supposed to be
You're
stunning.
supposed to be
I don't-
stunning. You're
yeah.
supposed to be stunning. That's
Yeah, I'm
the-
all for
that's-
that.
That's the whole brand. That's the whole. And if you don't like it, then don't look at it. I don't
Yeah.
know. If you
I
don't
mean-
like it, go do something. I don't watch the Victoria's Secret model show. Do I think that the Victoria's Secret models should look different than they look? Not really, because that's what the brand is. So who gives a shit?
Yeah, the
If you don't
brand-
like it, don't watch it. You subscribe to things that make you upset. That's your own fault. That's your own problem.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest. If I turned on the Victoria's Secret fashion show and there's a bunch of uggos walking down, I'd be pissed.
Of
I'm
course
like,
you would be, because that's not what the brand is. That's not what they're selling. That's not what they're selling. They're not selling pedestrian, everyday type
Yeah.
shit. That's not what it is.
You want that? Go to Aerie.
Yeah, you want that shit, go somewhere where that's the brand. But don't be mad at people who have built a brand and it's different from what you want. And so now you're saying it shouldn't exist?
Yeah. Also, I don't know. There are a lot of girls who are quote unquote plus size who have really never had an issue with Victoria's Secret in the way that they do things anyway, because it's like, it's not as though Victoria's Secret doesn't have bras big enough for big-titted bitches. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, that's
like,
not what's happening.
the whole point of Victoria's Secret is to feel sexy. It's not to feel like an everyday type, besides, like,
Yeah.
the Pink brand, which
Yeah.
I guess, like, you could say. But, honestly, this is also coming from somebody who has never found it reasonable to spend $60 on a bra. So,
No, I mean,
I don't know
like,
what to say. You know what I'm
It's just kind of, it's like, I don't look at the Victoria's Secret fashion show and look at them and go, you know what, it would be really nice if they had some 5'1" bitches up there who had scoliosis, because I need that represented. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. It's not for me. It's not what I'm supposed to do with myself. It's not the job. That's fine.
It's those models are like part of the whole art of the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so when you look at a model like that and you're like, oh, you should look different so that I feel represented in what's going on. It's just like, this isn't about you.
You gotta. I don't need to be represented in everything. I don't need to be represented in everything. I don't need to be represented in most things, because guess what? My feelings are not the number one thing that matters. They're just not the number one thing that matters. I saw a thing the other day that was saying how there needs to be a better understanding of people with scoliosis, and that our feelings matter. I will flat out say I couldn't give a shit. I couldn't give a shit.
Just
I wore back
because-
brace for 3 years, and I don't care.
Not every single struggle has to be highlighted
And
all of the
broadcasted.
fucking time.
all the time. Would you just deal with it?
Well,
deal with it.
They can't, Al. Allie, they can't deal with it.
But I'm saying.
No, I know, but they can't. They wake up every day. They go, me, 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 me. Here's what happened to me. Why is no one talking about what happened to me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a nonstop circus up there.
It really is.
And
it
it's,
really is.
But it's true. I mean, and look at the way. I mean, social media has only exasperated this whole thing because people wake up and they go, I need to tell everybody how I feel right now, or else
Yeah.
I will self-explode or whatever.
Well, and it doesn't. I'm not sure what the
solution is.
I don't know what the I kind of almost sometimes I don't know what the goal is. Sometimes I don't know what the goal is. Is that everybody gets a chance at doing everything and everybody is accepted in everything because
You can't be good at everything.
that's it? I don't get what it is.
Well, why is it that somebody who has worked their ass off to be a phenomenal model, right?
Yeah.
Right, being compromised for someone who hasn't but fits this new mold. You wouldn't do that with athletes.
Right.
You wouldn't do that with a doctor. You wouldn't be like, well, this person studied their whole life to be a doctor, but that person is obese and we need some representation in this hospital, so we're going to give it to them even though they don't have the qualifications.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
It just doesn't make sense. Once you start judging people and making decisions based off of things different than talent and capability,
Yeah.
you're gonna get some really severe accidents and
you're
some
gonna
issues.
you're gonna ruin the integrity of the whole thing. It's like when you start
Yeah.
picking people for things based off of things other than their their talent or their experience or whatever, then it's
well,
it's I truly just there are many things in this life that I have accepted that I'll never be, and I'll never really try to be because I'm like, I'm not going to be that. That doesn't make sense.
also just
And I
because you
move
love
on.
doing something doesn't mean you're good at it.
No,
Like-
I mean that's true. I mean there's things that you're going to like fail at. There's things that are going to be not the right fit, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's important to say to people that you're going to try things and it's not going to work out.
To be honest, I'm one of the worst drawers I have ever seen in my life. I am so bad at drawing. I am not good at drawing. I like to draw. I like to doodle. I've done like some classes where I've drawn things for those classes and I've gone, well, it's kind of the bit that it's really ugly. And everyone's like, is it? And, whatever. I had fun doing it. Would I look at what I've made and go, now that needs to be hung up in a museum? No.
Yeah.
No, you don't need to give me the
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I
like,
don't deserve it.
when we were in college, I made numerous different things in some graphic designing type courses where I could look at somebody and say, yeah, as a person with anxiety, and it's really important that you show representation of somebody with anxiety who makes this type of art because that's necessary. Or I could look at my shit and go, yeah, that's not that good.
I mean, it's just the bottom line. I mean,
It's just not
I
that
don't
good.
understand why anybody. The self-criticism, I think we should, dare I say, take it up a notch. Because
I think we should too. I mean, honestly, in some ways, it's okay to be a little bit, realistic.
well,
Look
if you cook a meal, let's say you cook a meal,
oh my god.
okay, and you look at that meal and you go, it's perfect, it's great, this came out great. You don't have one thing that you cooked that you're like, I probably should have done this a little bit better. Or I probably could have done this. Or, how do you look at what you make and go, not only is it perfect because I made it, but it's also perfect because someone like me made it. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
I really don't get it. And I
know.
think, I watch a lot of Chopped.
Well-
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that there are certain things too that for example, the season of MasterChef where they have somebody who's blind who's cooking. and
We
everything,
love
and she's
MasterChef in
and
this
she-
household.
and she's absolutely fantastic.
The blind girl?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And she won. And that, the thing is that what's important is that those judges were just as fair to her.
Yep.
As they were to everybody else.
Yep. She was blind and Asian. I don't even know if she knew she was Asian, but. All I'm saying is that. What I'm saying is they could have been like, oh, it'd be really nice to have a blind person of color win or whatever. Well, they could have. That's what half of this shit these days is.
It
It's like,
really is.
well, ideally, we won't have X, Y, and Z win because
Yeah.
that's not accepting. But the other thing, yeah, that was actually there were some things that they did in that season where I was like, okay, as a blind person, this is kind of fucked up what you're making her do. Like they were like they made her fucking like chop a live crab.
Kelly, it's part of the game. It's part of the
And
game.
what makes that bad for her specifically?
Because she can't see the claws.
Oh, the blind chick.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Okay.
Yeah. No. So she's like trying when she's like getting bit and
Yeah.
shit.
No, that sucks for sure. But
Exactly. And
you know,
you're
what
like
can you do?
the fact that she still had a good meal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's perseverance
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there. You got to
It
hand
really
it to
is.
her.
It really is.
And she did a good job. She did a really good job.
I think I just, you know,
MasterChef is incredible.
MasterChef is incredible. I think really what Kelly and I are trying to say is that we think that people who are good at things should be rewarded for being good at things, and people who are bad at things should not be rewarded for doing things just because they appear a certain way.
You know what?
That's
I
all.
think that's it. I think that's it right there.
That's
you
all.
shouldn't be rewarded for just doing things.
For just doing things.
Maybe
Because-
for getting better at something you could be rewarded, but
Sure.
in a way of not like for instance, today I ran, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not breaking any records.
Sure.
I'm not in the Guinness Book of World Records. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
There's no reason to celebrate me today for running. Now, if I tomorrow run the fastest mile I've ever ran,
Yeah.
then that would be a reason for me to celebrate for me. But I'm not calling up my friends going, excuse me, where's my toast for running a mile today?
I thought you meant literal toast at first. I was like,
No, I can't have toast right now. I'm doing a March Madness. Have I told you guys? Doing a March Madness. Doing a
Wait,
March Madness.
What, like a bracket?
No.
She's
Okay.
talking about food in some way.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know
really going
how.
to take it to the next step, food and fitness-wise, because
yeah.
this month, well, I have that planner, and this month I made some promises to myself that apparently I have not been able to keep. I looked at it today, and I said, you haven't done any of this. So, March Madness, though, I'm committing to it. If any of you subscribers want to be a part of my March Madness fitness plan, you let me know. I'll share it to you. It's going to involve a lot of corn nuts.
And what's the plan?
Well, I haven't.
Sorry, I'm trying to drive conversation here. You're just what are you
What's-
talking about?
What's the plan
Nobody has
exactly?
any clue what you're talking about.
You literally just like, I have a plan, and I'm gonna, if you want to be in on it, you let me know.
To be totally frank, the plan isn't completely fleshed out yet.
Oh.
But I do know that it's going to be called March Madness.
Uh-huh. You came up with the March Madness thing.
Yes.
Well, you didn't come up with the March Madness thing. You came up with the
March Madness fitness plan. Which you can,
Uh-huh.
if you, again, want to be a part of it, hit me up, and I will let you know what my plan is. March Madness.
Who?
At This Is Kelly Ryan. Who what? Is going to listen to me? Nobody should. Nobody should. But if you are like, you know what? I want to do better at fitness, but I want to do it alongside somebody who's really not going to check me on anything. And then I feel like
Not
I'm a
gonna
good
bother me.
I'm a good partner in crime.
You are.
You know?
I mean, you are.
Because I'll check in and you'll say, oh, I didn't do my thing today. And I'll go, that's okay. You know, it's called March Madness, but if you don't get to it, you don't get to it. You know?
I'm really so confused at what you're even trying to advertise right now.
I'm going to be putting in the work. You let me know if you want to also put in the work. If you would also like to be a part of my March Madness plan, which is coming soon at the start of March, March 1.
I swear to God, every single month you say to me, like, this month.
You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. Because you know what? I'll say it. You don't get it. You want to know why you don't get it? You don't get it because Allie over here, Miss Walk Around Allie, is always getting 10,000 steps a day. Okay? Someone like me who has to sit at her little desk, okay? And just my walking is between the snack cabinet and the bathroom. That's all I'm doing. And you want to know something? I have made progress this year already. I have lost about 10 pounds
You look
already.
great.
Thank you. Got to keep it going though. Thank
March
you.
Madness.
March Madness is going to be the other thing, I went on vacation this month, you get a little behind. But in March, I got nothing planned except for me and my hot bod. And if you want to be a part of it, you let me know. You let me know, and I will put you in a spreadsheet. Yep. I think what the thing is that I have to figure out rewards that entice me each week. You see what I'm saying?
Your hands just looked so small to me.
My hands
for a
are-
second.
My hands are getting smaller. I'm getting thinner. Thank you.
I was gonna say that's your first step in your hot bod program is to get smaller hands somehow.
Smaller hands,
Yeah.
dainty.
Yeah. All I want is to put on a ring and to be a little loose.
Get a bigger
do you?
size.
Get a bigger size.
Well, I understand what you're saying where you're like every month I'm my hot bod because I'm the same way where it's like I'll be about to buy new clothes or when I do buy new clothes I'm like, yeah, well I should get this size, and instead I'm like I should get a size up, and I'm like, no, you know what? I'm gonna be pretty thin here pretty soon.
Well, that's the other thing. Is
These clothes are gonna fit.
I do want to buy a lot of new clothes. I want to reinvent my style because I do think. Why are you guys laughing at me?
You're talking like you're somebody at the beginning of an episode of MTV Made. I'm gonna reinvent my style. I'm
I
gonna
do.
be
You
super.
mean reinvent? You have your style. You're just gonna buy more clothes.
To fit said style. So not really
Kelly's
invent.
style is
Restock. Really restock. My style is what?
Your style is very you.
Thank you. I don't know what you meant by that. My style is very.
I tried to put on a denim shirt before this, and Kelly looked at me. I was trying to tell her something else. I put on the shirt, and I looked at her, and I started telling her about something else, and
I was just making sure we were good on time. Go ahead. Sorry.
I started telling her about something else, and she looks at me, and she's clearly not listening to what I'm saying. And then all of a sudden, she just goes, "I can't let you wear that shirt.
I couldn't.
I can't let you wear
There's
that
some
shirt."
things that you just don't look right in wearing my clothes because a lot of my clothes have a little more of like a rusticy, westerny
A
vibe.
little more gay. What?
Yeah. Okay. Do I look like I know how to put a saddle on a horse? Yes. Yes, I do.
No big
You,
deal.
you look like you say things like macchiato.
I do say things like macchiato.
Exactly. Okay.
Got your ass there.
Allie's style is sleek with black and gold.
It's true. It's true. If I were to ever get married, which we are at point, like we're at the, I'm as far away as I can get is what I'm trying to say. But
No, you're not. No, you're not.
yes,
Yeah, the farthest away you could get is you being a baby.
fair, fair, but totally not
In
where your head was.
American culture, at least.
Your head.
You don't
was
know
in a
that.
different.
I didn't say what happened.
You
I didn't
weren't.
say
You
what I was
weren't thinking, baby.
No.
You weren't.
No.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking that there are a lot of uglier people out there in the world. So technically, they're behind
That's
you.
also fair. He was thinking like in a more literal sense, and Kelly was thinking, well, in a literal sense, there are a lot of ugly people
Go ahead.
out there. Anyway, if I were to get married, I want to get married in the chapel. I probably would get married in a church.
Really?
Why?
Because it's inside.
there's a lot of places that are inside that aren't a church.
I also have this very strange
Connection to God.
no, I think it's more so that out of like respect for my parents, I would get married in a church.
Well, do me a favor. Can you put some pillows down on the pews so my back doesn't hurt? Because every time
But it would
someone
be a
gets married
quick
in a church, it fucking hurts.
ceremony, like real quick, like real fucking quick.
We're talking like 10, 15? Or
I
what are we-
want. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be a church, but in my head, it is a very high ceiling. It is like set up for somebody to walk down there. So maybe like more of a venue type of thing that's already. I don't want it to be like makeshift, like they're putting up chairs for people to sit at. I want the seats to be there.
Then I think you're going to run into a church
I
lot.
think that's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
you're
Like
gonna-
in my head, and then I also the theme of it. I want it to be like black and gold, and kind of almost like I would get married around New Year's.
What if you
like around in the winter, probably the dead of winter.
What if you asked a church, "Hey, can I do the wedding here, but take down all the decor?"
Yeah, are you looking for the person doing the wedding to be like, God has brought these two people together?
No. It's
Well,
not. It's not
a
necessarily
church is a
that.
weird choice, if not.
Well, I think in the ceremony. Well, honestly, I probably would have a priest do it. I probably would.
A priest?
A priest or a
What about a
minister?
pastor?
But
A
why?
pastor? Why?
Yeah.
Because I like the idea of a traditional wedding more than a like modern one where it's just somebody who like got a piece of paper and is like, I can do it. Like,
yeah, see, I'd want one of my friends to do it.
yeah, see, that horrifies me.
Why? Because their friends might be like, "What's up, Allie's family? Remember that time she was sucking dick?"
I
Like,
just-
like
I think
something inappropriate.
you have to understand. If I get married, it is going to be,
You're going to be a bridezilla for sure.
yes, I am a control freak.
Great. As a maid of honor, I can't fucking wait.
And if I am getting married, it is going to be like, in my head, it's a big deal. In my head, it is not just a big deal, it is the biggest deal. I am giving up so much for one person and deciding to be with one person forever. Okay? So, in my head, it needs to be as like, I mean, it just needs to be exactly what I want. It needs to be exactly what I want. I'm sorry. And so I want it to be very official, like very, very, very official.
Black tie.
I want a black tie wedding. So everybody needs to be dressed to the motherfucking nines. Because this is the one excuse that I get to have an event like this. I will never have an event like this again. It's not going to happen. Unless... And also, it's gonna be extravagant. It's going to be extravagant when I get married.
You can have my leftover money because I think ours is going to be cheaper than yours.
A lot of jeans, a whole lot of jeans.
Oh, I know. Not me. Oh, my God.
A lot of boots, a lot of belt buckles.
It is going to be...
No kids. I'm
It's-
having
No,
an adult wedding.
no.
There's
No
gonna be
kids.
Titties popping
If
out.
you
No
let
children.
kids
I
come
might
to
be
your wedding,
sucking
you
them.
don't know how to have a good time. Point fucking
Yeah, that's
blank.
a nightmare.
No children. The wedding... Black. The reason why I want it to be black tie is specifically because, first of all, my wedding dress in my head is, and you know what? If you're listening to this and you're like, you know what, girls are so crazy because they play. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We get told that this is going to happen whether we like it or not when we are like 5 years old, that we're going to get married. God forbid we think about it. God forbid we have an idea of what we would like while it gets shoved down our throats our entire lives. And people are like, they're crazy because they have ideas of what they want it to be.
You know what's worse than someone who knows exactly what they want? Someone who has no
no
clue.
You have no clue what you want. You have no idea. Anyway.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
So my dress is going to be long-sleeved, plain white, deep V.
Sleek.
Sleek. The whole thing will be sleek. It will be the finest of food that I can possibly imagine. The food is going to be such an important factor. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. There's so many other things I don't care about, but the food needs to be remarkable.
Yeah, bad wedding food is. I mean, you know what sucks
I'll
about
cook it
bad
myself.
food? The problem with getting a bad plate at the wedding is there's nothing else I can order. If this shit sucks, I can't get anything else. So it's like, well, I hope it's good because or else I'm going to be fucking starving off 5 glasses of Pinot Gris.
Well, and also, I mean, it's obvious. Open bar.
Yes.
Open bar, no hard alcohol,
Yeah.
Open bar, no hard alcohol.
except for
It's
me.
unnecessary. It's
Well,
just
the
unnecessary.
problem with hard alcohol is you have a lot of people who they're going to be like, oh, no kids, but like certain cousins are going to be old enough to be like 21. And it's like, I don't want some 21-year-old punk throwing up in my wedding.
That's when have some.
I'm going to be drinking hard alcohol. Me and my friends will be drinking hard alcohol. I'll be passing hard alcohol around, but it's not just going to be readily available.
I am honestly, I don't even know if I would hire a wedding planner. I think I'm looking at her right now.
No, I think you would because I think there's a lot of things that you just wouldn't think to even give a shit about
Yeah.
that the wedding planner will. Because I mean, if
I think there are certain things that I would let a wedding planner do, but other things that I would be like, this is me.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do.
me and Kelly already talked about this. If we were going to hire a wedding planner, there's only 2 types of people. What would you guess off the top of your head? 2 types of folks.
Think of certain.
a gay man.
Bam, number
One.
1. Number 2, we're talking race and
Yeah.
gender here.
Race and gender. Yeah. They're going to get it done.
An Asian woman.
Bam,
Yep.
there it is.
Yep. Those are the
Literally-
only 2.
Literally already said either first choice,
Gay man.
absolutely a gay guy. Second choice, Asian chick. No,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about anybody else beyond that. We're not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're talking about.
Preferably gay guy.
Yeah.
I think I would go gay guy too.
Oh,
I think
it
I
would be well because you're going to get honest opinions in a very funny manner,
Yes.
and it's going to be correct.
Yeah.
It would be very funny to put out a post on Facebook, be like, "Hey, looking for a gay Asian planner," and people would be like, "They're just looking for diversity, blah blah." But really, I'm just looking for some dude to get it done and have all the corrective.
Yeah.
Man, I trust gay dudes more than, which is crazy because most people are like, I don't care about gay guys. Well,
Yeah.
they don't try to fuck me. Where it's
I
like,
would
I
definitely.
would trust gay dudes more than anybody probably at all.
I would definitely rather have a gay guy as my wedding planner before a woman. Definitely.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
it's like I don't want to. I just. There's just something about because I'm arguably a little bit more of an alpha. 2 alpha women together, the odds of that being a match
Well, that's what I'm
are
saying.
very slim.
That's what I'm saying about the wedding planner thing. Like, there are just certain things that there are certain things that I think a wedding planner cares about that I wouldn't like. And the problem is that even if it's my wedding day, I will be a bitch to the wedding planner. I hired you. This
Well,
is my
yeah.
day.
Well, and
you
that's
are
the
not
thing.
going to stomp around and tell me what's what.
I feel like a gay guy would be like, okay, you're on one, but we're going to move on.
I was gonna say, yeah, you can fight with a gay guy all day long, and then that night over a glass of wine will make up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it's just,
a woman who's being a bitch, it's like, I don't want to deal with that on my wedding day.
No, me. I mean,
Because I've seen it before. I've
Yeah,
seen,
absolutely.
like,
Yes.
wedding planners be fucking, I'm sorry, but cunts to the brides.
yeah.
And it's like, this isn't your day. If something goes wrong, like, whatever. But
yeah, but the gay guy's not gonna let anything go wrong, and he's gonna
Yeah.
tell you that. He'd be like, listen, like me, I've worked with. I mean, serving in restaurants, you work with all kinds of gay dudes, but specifically, I used to serve with this guy Richard, and we would get in fights every day. Every single day we would get in a fight. Every single time we worked together, we would get in a fight. At the end of our job, at the end of the night, everybody would always go to this bar next door, and every single night, me and Richard would drink, and we would apologize to each other. and he's great. He's a nurse now.
See?
That's wonderful. Yeah, I mean, I just think that, and I also have you thought about location?
Location?
Like,
I mean, ideally, to me, California makes the most sense because I would think we'd want ours outside, and it would be like,
Yeah, probably like Central
you would
Coast.
do outside.
yeah. Well, I want a fucking dunk tank.
Yeah, Kelly wants a dunk tank just for whatever. But my ideal
Are
thing.
you kidding me? A dunk tank would be hilarious.
Outside with pretty quick ceremony, whatever, and then you want the dance floor in the middle.
Yeah.
You don't want the dance floor separated on the other side. You want the dance floor in the very middle. And it's funny.
We picked the playlist.
I was gonna say we picked the playlist
Yes.
where I would give the DJ everything he
Needs.
is gonna play.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not taking suggestions
Same.
from anybody
Same.
except for me. I might come up in the middle of it and be like, "Hey, I forgot to tell you that I want to hear fucking Savage Garden right now. So how about you play some Savage Garden?" And that guy needs to be like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And I don't want the DJ. We're not talking Electric Slide.
I'm not doing that bullshit.
To be totally frank.
What's the other one? We're talking Cupid Shuffle though.
Cha-cha slide.
To the left, to
To
the
the
left.
left, to the
I
left.
can fuck
Yeah,
with the
that's a
Cupid
good one.
Shuffle all day long.
Well, the other thing is that I do think that, okay, so I used to always believe that it should be you order a certain plate that comes to you or whatever. But then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? As someone who likes to eat pretty much as possible, that's not ideal. I don't know. It might be more of a buffet situation.
I would do it served, but that's just because I know what I would want for the dishes, and that would be best served.
Buffet style, you're not serving yourself though. You're walking down the line. You got,
Yes.
hey, what protein? Hey, what this?
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
what that? Hey,
So you
what
have
this?
like a carving station.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
That's great for you guys. That's just not what I
Okay.
want to do.
Well, you're not invited. You fucking bitch.
well, the other thing is I'm like, it's like, you know what?
Fuck you.
It's like this is what you do, right? This is what you do. You set it up to where you have like a huge appetizer thing. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Then you do it where it's like, people have a cocktail hour, whatever the hell.
Can I tell you the thing I'm least excited about?
Go ahead.
Pictures.
Pictures.
I am least excited.
Wedding
Oh,
pictures
yeah.
suck dick.
I
Same
am
thing. Photographer,
least-
gay guy, Asian chick.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm least excited about it is because when do they want you to take the pictures? They want you to take the pictures while everybody's enjoying the happy hour.
Before
not-
it's always between the ceremony and whatever. But I mean, better off would be in the middle of before everything. The first thing you do during the day.
Do it
yeah.
before. Why
think that's
why
what we
do I
did
have
at
to
my-
miss
I
I think
out?
that's what we did at my sister's wedding, right? It was all before.
No. It
Well-
was after.
It sucks because there was one time where at my other sister's wedding they did the ceremony. We had to hop on a party bus, actually pretty fun, and then go and take pictures. I was like, "What? Everyone's having a good time, but me."
No. Yeah. No. I think it's you.
But I was on a
Honestly,
party bus with a bunch of chicks.
I think it's honestly you do the pictures beforehand.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Do it
Like
but
beforehand.
weeks,
I don't
like
give
weeks
I don't give
before.
a shit if you know what I look like. What do I care?
No, you want wedding pictures in your house to be like, "That was the day."
No,
But also,
I
though, it's
literally-
like what's more important to me is candid ones.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like they're at
Oh,
the
yeah, you
party
gotta have a
and they
sick
go,
wedding
Let's
photographer."
get all of this family together here, fully fed. They're drinking.
I
want
don't-
those
I
types of
don't
pictures
wanna-
more than the.
I don't want to miss out on the happy hour in the like the cocktail hour that I chose all the fucking food for.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Food
what-
is
I'll
the
tell
biggest
you,
part of it to
Tell
me.
you
Go
one
ahead.
thing. I ain't consummating shit the night of because I'm gonna be fucking wasted, dude.
You're not doing
Oh!
what the night of?
Yeah,
Banging.
yeah.
Oh,
Too drunk.
That's just
full.
not gonna happen. There's no way that
I want to piss the bed on my wedding night, bro.
yeah. Well, I think for some people, see, we're just very casual in our relationship, and a lot of people aren't. Like a lot of people are very like, he's taking me on date night. I have to look perfect. Like, hopefully he'll propose, and then we're gonna get married. And then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do know what you're saying.
it's very bizarre. Whereas you and I are disgusting around each other, and that's truly the way that I think it should be. So I think that on our wedding night, we just have a fucking
a
blast.
lot of people are not as
Fun.
No. I was gonna say, well, that too, but not as direct and transparent with their partners. Like, they're really not.
Yeah, it's
They're
strange.
really not. There's like a disconnect between them, where they find it to be like, okay, here's the thing. Here's what it is.
What is it?
They may be in love, but they're not best friends.
Ooh.
No, it's the truth.
That's what it is.
It's the
They're not
truth.
best friends. So they look at these like certain points in this timeline as almost like pressure points of like it needs to be done so correctly and how it should be done because you are my significant other. That type of stuff. And it's like,
You're my boyfriend,
You're
so
my
you proposed
boyfriend.
to me 2
Like,
years
I
in,
think that's
and
why. I think that's why, like, whenever a guy that like I'm into or something does something that is inherently romantic for me, I get very uncomfortable, even if I really like them.
I used to get uncomfortable with that too. And then Bruce came along and kind of reintroduced it in this way of like, I'm not doing this because it's the right thing to do. I'm doing this because I like being around you. And
like,
whatever.
I don't go into things thinking to myself like
if this doesn't go perfectly.
yeah,
or-
like if you want it to go perfectly and for it to go so well, it probably isn't going to.
Yeah.
You might as well be whatever you are around somebody, and if they don't like it, then they don't like it. But I mean, I have no. I'll tell if you're a romantic interest of mine, I'll tell you anything. I will tell you anything you want to know about me.
Yeah, I'm not a
There's
very
no
secretive
privacy.
person at all.
There's no privacy about who I am. I don't think there should be. What
Yeah.
what am I just gonna hide my faults from you and things that I've done in the past because I don't think you should know because I'm like a new
Yeah.
person now? No, fuck that. Fuck that. This is who I am. This is who I've been. If you don't like it, then you can leave.
Yeah, well, it's like, what are you gonna if they can't handle you, like just being yourself? Like,
Yeah.
what happens when something goes wrong in the future and they see the real you,
Well,
and then they're like, "This isn't what I signed up. I've signed up for a woman who keeps her mouth shut."
well, and it's like we know people who it's like Kelly and I are distantly acquainted with, who it's like we know that they've been, arrested for whatever, but their significant other has no idea. That's weird to me.
That is weird.
That's weird to me. And it's like this thing, it's like that's, you should, if anybody should know, it should be your significant other, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I don't understand keeping secrets from a person that you sleep next to. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
to me.
that doesn't, but that comes with dating somebody and not being friends with them. Dating somebody
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like them having expectations for who you're going to be, not just now, but in the future when you get married and have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas somebody who you're friends with is going to love you regardless
Yeah.
of mistakes you maybe have made in the past and stuff, because they're with you now and see you for who you are now. And,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. But
That's how I feel too. I'm with you. And this has been just talking.
oh, is it
You know
over?
what I'm saying?
Are we done?
Yeah, we're done. We're done. We got to cook dinner. We're done.
Oh, okay.
All right, everybody. Look, thanks for another great episode. We hope that we are giving good relationship advice.
And if you'd like to marry me, you can go ahead and reach out to Just Talking Questions.
She already knows what she wants to wear.
gmail.com. I already know what
Yep.
I want to wear, and I'll plan the whole thing.
All right. Talk soon. Bye.
Bye.